Is it going to be as good as the first one? Probably not. Typically, comedy sequels, even if they're not actually comedies, are not going to be as good as the first one.
Wrong. Wrong.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Jimmy Malcolm here. I'm going to do my best. In fact, I'm not going to do my best. I'm just going to do it. There will be no spoilers of any kind until I let you know. I'll flash a spoiler warning, and that'll be the time to get the fuck out of here. But until then, feel free to hang around. Now, I have never been happier to be more wrong about a movie in recent memory. Now listen, for the first 30 minutes of this movie, I was a little nervous. I'm gonna be honest, for the first, I'll say 30, even longer than that. First third, I was like, this is okay, but this is about the level I expected. It went from an A to a C+, B-. The jokes aren't really hitting, you know, the story, I get it. Once Cable shows up, that's not a spoiler, is it? That Cable's in this movie? Once Cable shows up, everything after that was splendid. Fucking fantastic. Josh Brolin annihilated as Cable. Ryan Reynolds always does a great job as Deadpool in the 2 times we've seen him. But we've seen a lot of clips, a lot of things. He feels very much like Deadpool, like he's not acting really. Everything from the first movie that you enjoyed is back. And they didn't go too heavy-handed. It still stayed grounded in reality when it needed to. It was silly when it needed to be. It was action heavy when it needed to be. I'm not going. Oh, Domino I thought was good, not Brolin or Reynolds, but good. There's a nice surprise as far as an extra villain element goes. I thought the kid that Deadpool talks about saving in a trailer did a really good job. The X-Force angle. I'm not gonna spoil anything about that, but that was fantastic. They just undercut everything they possibly could, and it was fantastic. I don't know if I'll quite say it was better than the first one or as good as the first one. The first one is something kind of like the way people look at the first Avengers movie. Like they kind of give it an extra oomph because it's the first. That shot where they're all around, you just give it a bigger bump, or like Magic and Bird saving the NBA, they get higher stats because of that. That's how I look at the first Deadpool movie. It set such a bar, such a tone for the way things could go that it's hard to put something else on its level. But it's really close. I'd say whatever you rank the first one, it's like 0.3 down from that. So if you rank the first one an 8, right, the second one is a 7.7. If you rank the first one a 9, it's 8.7. It's a really good movie. What would I rank it? I don't really do rankings all the time. I don't like to do 5 stars anymore because, you know, you do 3.5. It sounds like it stinks. That's really only a 70. So I'm gonna say a B plus. I'm gonna give it a B plus. I really enjoyed Deadpool 2. I'm going to try my best to see it again, not to just to see it, but to catch some things I missed. I just want to see Josh Brolin again. I thought he was fantastic. I gotta be honest. All right, I think that was good. I don't think I spoiled anything. I thought I did a pretty good job. Anyway, what'd you think? Now, if you haven't seen it, beat it. We gotta talk about some spoilers. Is it me? Or when they killed Peter, did you feel bad? I fucking felt awful. I was like, no, not Peter. And it all made sense with the acid, this goofy Brad Pitt cameo. The Juggernaut, who, much like Deadpool, is one of my favorite X-Men characters, was done, I mean, at the end it gets a little silly, but that's okay, I don't mind. It's almost like a different universe to Deadpool, so I don't mind being bitched out. But this was like a super comic book, the most comic book faithful Juggernaut we've seen live action. When Colossus shows up to fight him, and Deadpool's like, go get him. I'm like, Colossus can do fucking nothing against the Juggernaut. And he did nothing against the Juggernaut. I was like, yes. Then it got awesome, because that's what they do. But I was like, Ryan Reynolds is clearly a fan, and I think that kind of seeps into the rest of the crew and the cast. The best part of this movie, though, besides the interaction between Cable and Deadpool, Deadpool consistently calling Cable a racist for killing Black Tim, who's not actually black, is baby legs.
Disgusting.
The scene was amazing. Him crossing his legs, like, that was disgusting and hilarious. Then it goes into this deep kind of place where Cable meets him halfway, and then it gets ridiculous again as he stands up. Fucking T.J. Miller commenting, "Oh, he's doing it. Look at him, he's doing it." It is it's the funniest thing ever. Vanessa dying took me for a loop. I'll admit, parts of those things where he like visits her in this like interstellar kind of fifth dimensional, it bothered me a little bit. That part bothered me a little bit. Not a lot, not enough to ruin the movie for me, but like I feel like when it goes live, you know, I like her. I don't like her that much. Could be get back to Cable, please. But it worked. What did you think? I enjoyed it. Like, again, not quite Deadpool 1. You're asking for a lot. But it was a really good movie. Really good. Anyway, post your comments down below. What did you think? Like, share, subscribe.